My name is Murtaza Patrawala, and I was uh, like a GSOC student in the 2020 batch. So, and then after that, I also mentored for 2 years, and at Rocket.Chat itself. And to be honest, like I was really looking forward to this, but today was like not the best day, like because we are currently having. So I am currently at HackerRank, and like we are having a workshop right now. So like it was a busy like week altogether, and like even I took like some time off today to like just even I could like not take a early slot, which I would have preferred. But anyways, so like really glad to be here, and I don't have much prepared like in the way like I used to, but because I saw that there were a lot of good speakers before us, like who discussed a lot of good topics. So what I had in mind was that I will share my journey, like how I like discovered Rocket.Chat, how I how like about my projects, what I did here, about the projects which I mentored, and like yeah. So let me get started. So as I said, I joined Rocket.Chat like in around 2020. I discovered this organization like a few months before the proposal deadline was there, and and one of the projects kind of caught my eye. So there was one app called there was one integration that we were planning to build, which was about Dialogflow and Rasa app, which was Dialogflow and Rasa. They are both chatbot applications, and we were planning to and Rocket.Chat. Some of you might be aware that Rocket.Chat is not just like a chat Teams app, but it's more of a not just a team collaboration app, but it's more of a omnichannel app as well. So you can serve your customers, you can answer, like agents can serve their customers from omnichannel itself. So so one of the use case where an omnichannel is like automating things. Like when you go to a website and you see like you won't directly get a live user to help you with the support. There will be a chatbot who will first answer your questions. So two popular chatbots that we had currently at that point in the market. I'm not sure if that has changed recently, but like at that point of time, Dialogflow and Rasa, they were both very popular, and so we wanted to integrate that with Rocket.Chat. We so we built apps on top of Rocket.Chat. So not sure if like so. One thing I would really like I think there will be a lot of newcomers here, so I will highly recommend them to look into what Rocket.Chat app is. It's a very quick way to get started with like contributing to Rocket.Chat, because like they have a very good framework in which you can like within a few lines of code you can actually build and like install something within the workspace and try to test out some new logic on top of it. So um, so I think for me that was the perfect project, because like I only had a few months to prepare, like prepare in a sense, like understand the scope of the project, understand the requirements, and then try to build the entire proposal and everything. So so like Rocket.Chat app, like starting with the Rocket.Chat app, like it was really useful. Then yeah, and yeah, so let me start with a couple of challenges which I think I faced in the early on. So the first thing which I remember, like coming to Rocket.Chat, like I saw, like I opened just their GitHub repository and I saw an entire huge code base. I know that right now they are a monorepo, so it would be a much more code base, like it would be a much huge code base now. But I think when I had joined at that point of time, it was still a little, it was just a backend repository at that point of time, but still it was huge. So like getting it started, getting it installed on your local, it was a big like it was like a big challenge, and kind of overwhelming for someone who is just getting started. But at this stage, I think what I remember is um, Rocket.Chat now has a very good and user-friendly documentation for people to get onboarded. So one thing I would highly recommend for anyone newcomers, like don't just blindly just go to and try to install everything on your own. Go to the docs, read it. I think the documentation is really good now, and so that will help you guide and install things on your end and get help you get started. So make use of documentation as much as you can. And then Rocket.Chat also has, I still remember, and I think they still practice this, that they have ideas page where they list all the ideas which the mentors in the organization want to kind of sponsor, want to, all the mentors, they brainstorm and they build a list of ideas and they share with everyone in the public. So I would highly recommend skimming through that ideas and trying to find a project which you are equally passionate about, because that passion is something that it will drive you forward. It will help you kind of dig deep into the code base and kind of push through and kind of understand and finally build the entire product. So find a project which kind of interests you, and start with, if you're a very beginner, and then I would recommend actually start, like I said earlier, I would recommend starting with Rocket.Chat apps. It's something that is very a small piece which is fully isolated from the entire Rocket.Chat code base. You can build it on your own and build something on your own on top of it. So highly recommend checking that out. Yeah. So next, let me actually talk about the entire culture at Rocket.Chat. So I think some of you might already be familiar with the open.rocket.chat. That is the community server that we have. And a lot of, not a lot of, I think almost everyone in the Rocket.Chat community, they are active over there. So you can reach out to mentors and you can interact and share with the ideas. I'm sure you would have a ideas channel for each of the ideas. So if any of the ideas interest you, go there, start a discussion with the mentors. Before starting a discussion, I would recommend first reading through the history of the entire channel to see what was the previous conversation that other students might have had. So even if so just reading through the conversation, it might help you understand the scope of the project a little bit better. And after reading through the conversation, if you have more doubts, you can just go and ask the mentors. And I think everyone, I have actually worked at Rocket.Chat as well for a couple of years. So everyone I have interacted with the core team members. So I know that personally that everyone is super helpful. They might be busy with some projects and everything because they have a lot on their plate, but at the end of the day, they will come back and they will reply to you and they will help you solve the problems. So yeah, so the entire culture at Rocket.Chat, it's very super, it's really supportive. And there are, and if we get if once someone gets a chance to work at Rocket.Chat, you will see how bright and how how bright the people are over there. And it's always said that if you surround yourself with kind of bright peoples, it kind of helps you kind of grow and kind of learn things. So I think Rocket.Chat is a perfect it has a perfect community like that, where there are a lot of good engineers from whom as someone who is starting a career, it would be helpful to be around them, get PR reviews from them, get feedback from them. So yeah, one thing I would actually advise here is you have to go and explore things on your own. This is something that as an engineer that we have to do. So as an example, let's say that there's an idea. Let's say there is an idea of let's say Dialogflow and Trasa app. So let's just take it simple. Let's say that there's an idea about Dialogflow app. So so before even understanding before even discussing this with the mentor, we should have an idea about what the mentor has suggested in the entire proposal. So read through the idea section and try to understand what is Dialogflow, what is Rocket.Chat, how both of them interact, what is Apps Engine. So do your own research about all those things. like that is something that you have to, like, as an engineer, that's a good skill to have, like doing your own research and trying to question everything, like, okay, what is Dialogflow, like, okay, how it interacts with Rocket.Chat. Just keep on questioning things, and like I think you will find answers, and if you don't find an answers, you can read and reach out to your mentors and try to get the answers from them. So self exploration is something I would highly recommend for like people like who I think most of you might be from colleges and like very starting at your career. So that is something I would highly recommend doing. Um, so yeah, that was a little bit about the Rocket.Chat organization altogether. Now, after GSOC, I think let me actually quickly cover, like, I think how much GSOC had an impact on like me as a kind of developer. So it obviously like taught me a lot of good skills. So like I said, like we are like Rocket.Chat has a really good set of engineers, like who and like getting reviews like your PR reviewed from them, and just working with them, like and just having some brainstorming sessions, you get to like learn a lot of things, and you get to have a little good knowledge about uh, like the entire working of the entire infrastructure. So like for example, I still remember like while I was in Rocket.Chat, I had a very good understanding about like how the entire node architecture is built, and like how the entire single threaded application behaves and everything. And they were also like implementing entire microservice architecture. So like when I had joined, they were moving to microservice architecture, and so it was like crazy, like looking at how the entire node application, like which is node is actually considered like a very bulky runtime and language, I would say. Like, at least my personal choice, it is that it's a little bit bulky compared to other languages like Golang and everything. But still, like it's kind of crazy, like how they have kind of managed to scale the entire infrastructure in a way that the language is not a limitation right now. Like you can add a bunch of more, like they have maintained it like in a way, kind of architected in a way that even like even a bulky language like Node can also support like hundreds and thousands of users concurrently. So that's a good architecture to learn and kind of just look and kind of appreciate like how good they have built it. And apart from the technical skills, I think from a soft skills perspective also, I think GSOC made a good impact. Like it helped me kind of get uh, interaction, like not just like soft skills in the sense like communication and everything. It also helped me kind of make structure my entire development workflow in a more agile way. Means like I try to prioritize things now in the sense I learned how to try to prioritize. Like now we as a developer, like we would see hundreds of bugs in a code, like, and we would be like, usually we are like first in first out kind of person, like oh no sorry, LIFO kind of person. Like whatever comes last, we will, like whatever bug we see at the last, we will just try to pick it up and we will try to work on it. We will forget that okay, there is another higher priority task which is already there. So that LIFO mindset kind of changed. Like you try to actually when you interact with your mentors and you try to like do some kind of planning on top of on a project, it helps you kind of build that kind of prioritization model that okay, this is like this kind of insights is really helpful.